Before we dive into the main topic, please take a moment to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this podcast, and leave a comment to support the channel. Your engagement truly helps.
It really does. It helps us keep these deep dives coming.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are shifting gears a little. We often tackle complex history or high-level theory, sprinting through big ideas. But today we have a different mission. We are slowing down.
Right. We're taking a deliberate, careful look at something we do almost every week, if not every day, shopping.
Exactly. And our mission today is tailored specifically for the learner. If you're learning English or you just want to polish your basic interactions to feel more confident, this is for you. We're going to speak clearly, we are going to move slowly, and we're going to make sure you walk away feeling like a master of the shop.
It's often the simple things that cause the most anxiety.
Yeah.
You walk into a store, you want to buy a shirt, but you just freeze. What do I say? Where do I go?
How do I ask for a different size without sounding rude? Yeah, we get it. So we have this great source material today titled Shops and Shopping. It's a perfect roadmap. It acts as a complete toolkit for the retail world.
Yeah, it has everything. We're going to cover four main things. First, the names of the shops and a very specific grammar trick hidden inside those names.
Oh, I like a good grammar trick.
Second, we are going to visualize a department store and sort of explore it floor by floor to understand the logic of the layout.
A mental map. I love it.
Me too. Then, third, we'll look at signs. How to read the room so you don't get embarrassed. And finally, the most important part. We'll break down a conversation about buying a shirt, line by line.
So you know exactly what to say.
Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack this. Section 1, going to town. The source lists a whole bunch of different kinds of shops. Now, I think we all know what a supermarket is. That's the big one.
Yes. The supermarket is the catch-all. You buy food, cleaning supplies, pretty much everything in one place. But the source lists these specific smaller shops too. These are the traditional shops you might find on a high street in a British town. It starts with the butcher.
The butcher. Okay, that's specifically for meat, right?
Correct. Steaks, sausages, chicken. And, the reason you'd go to a butcher instead of a supermarket is usually quality. The butcher is a skilled person. You can actually talk to them.
Okay, that makes sense. Next on the list is the baker.
Ah, fresh bread, cakes, pastries. I mean, the smell of a baker shop is arguably the best smell in the world.
It really is. Now, then there's the chemist. This is an important word, isn't it? Because it kind of changes depending on where you are.
That's a great point, yeah. In the United States, you'll probably hear pharmacy or drugstore. But our source uses the British standard, chemist. This is where you get medicine.
So if you have a headache or you need toothpaste or soap, you look for the sign that says chemist.
Exactly. Then we have the newsagent.
I love that word, newsagent. It sounds so official.
It is, sort of. It's the hub of information. It's where you buy newspapers and magazines. But they usually also sell candy, cigarettes, that kind of thing. Yeah. A quick stop shop.
Right. And we also have the post office for mail, the bookshop for books, and the gift shop. But here is where it gets really interesting. The source has a little grammar note that I think is crucial for learners.
Ah, yes, the apostrophe S rule. This is fascinating. You see, words like butcher and baker and chemist, these are actually names for people.
Right. A baker is a person who bakes bread.
Exactly. So historically, when we talked about going to the shop, we were saying, we're going to the baker shop, the shop that belongs to the baker.
Oh, I see. So that little apostrophe S shows possession. It belongs to them.
Precisely. But over time, English speakers got a little lazy. We just stopped saying the word shop. So instead of I am going to the baker shop, we'd say I'm going to the baker's.
That's such a useful shortcut. So if I say I am going to the newsagent, I'm talking about the person. But if I say I am going to the newsagents, I'm talking about the store itself.
Yes, exactly. The source gives two great examples. I'm going to the newsagents to get a paper.
And do you want anything from the butchers?
Yeah. It's a subtle detail, but using it makes you sound so much more natural.
It really does. Okay, moving on from the small shops. Let's look at the big one, the department store.
Right. So the definition in our source is key. A department store is a large shop which sells a lot of different things. Clothes, beauty products, toys, and so on.
It's like a whole city in one building.
It really is. And our source gives us a floor plan. So I want us to do a little visualization exercise here. Imagine we're walking into this massive store.
Okay, I'm there. Huge glass doors. Lots of people.
Let's take a vertical journey. Let's start at the very bottom, the basement.
Basement, okay. Usually a bit dark, maybe no windows. What do we find here?
According to our map, this is where they keep the electricals.
Electrical, so like televisions, washing machines, vacuum cleaners.
Exactly,
Damn.
all the heavy things.
Hmm.
But also food.
Food in the basement. That seems a little strange.
You know, it's actually very common in traditional department stores. The basement is cooler, so it's easier to keep fresh food there.
Yeah.
And it keeps the smell of cheese away from the perfume upstairs.
That makes a lot of sense. So we get our groceries, and then we go up.
Going up, we are now on the ground floor. This is street level. This is where you enter from the sidewalk. What's the first thing that hits you?
Oh, beauty.
Yes.
The perfume counters. The makeup. Always.
It's strategic, it's colorful, it smells nice, and it feels luxurious. The store wants you to feel glamorous the moment you walk in.
Okay, let's take the escalator up. First floor.
This is women's wear. Dresses, skirts, coats for women. It's usually the biggest department, so it gets that prime spot just above the ground floor.
And up again, second floor.
Now we have menswear. Suits, ties, shirts, and sharing the floor is the children's department.
That's convenient. Dad can look for a tie while the kids look at school clothes.
It groups the family needs together.
True. Okay, going up to the third floor.
Furniture, beds, sofas, table.
It makes sense that furniture is higher up, doesn't it? You don't buy a sofa on an impulse. You don't just walk by and grab a bed.
So that is a great observation. It's a destination purchase. You travel to the third floor specifically because you need a bed. It's also quieter up there.
And finally, the top. The fourth floor.
Toys.
The reward for the kids who survived the shopping trip.
Exactly. If you're good while we buy a sofa, we can go to the toy department.
Yeah.
And there's one more thing on the fourth floor, the restaurant.
Ah, of course. You've spent hours shopping. You're hungry.
And notice the logic. You go to the top to relax and eat, and then to leave the store.
You have to walk back down past all the things you didn't buy yet.
Exactly. It's designed to make you see everything one more time.
Clever. Okay, so we know where we are, but to actually get around, we need to read the signs.
Signs are crucial. If you can't read the signs, you might get stuck. Or, worse, embarrassed.
Section C of our source is all about signs in shops. And there's one pair of signs that has caused more embarrassment than anything else in history.
I know exactly which one you mean.
Push and pull.
Yes. It seems so simple. PUSH means you lean into the door. PUL means you bring it towards you.
And yet, how many times have we all pulled a push door?
Too many. It's a universal human experience. But for a learner, it's vital to recognize these instantly. Don't even think, just push equals lean, pull equals grab.
Good advice. What about knowing if the shop is even open for business?
You look for open or closed. Usually it's a little sign hanging on the door.
There's another symbol here in our source. A lowercase I.
That stands for information. If you're lost in that massive department store, you look for the I. They'll tell you where the socks are.
And then the most important sign for the shop owner, the one that tells you where to pay.
The source calls this the cash desk.
The cash desk.
Right. Sometimes you'll see checkout or counter, but cash desk is very standard. And the sign usually says, please pay here.
Simple.
Yeah.
Direct. Please pay here.
It is the transaction point. It's where the deal is closed.
Speaking of closing the deal, let's move to the heart of this deep dive. Section D. The conversation.
This is where we put it all into practice. We have a dialogue script between a shop assistant and a customer. They're buying a shirt.
This is a role play, so I want everyone listening to imagine you are the customer. You've walked into menswear on the second floor. You see a shirt you like.
Okay. Step 1. The greeting. The shop assistant speaks first.
They say, "Can I help you?"
This is the standard greeting. You'll hear this everywhere. Can I help you?
Now, in this scenario, the customer wants to check if the shirt fits. You can't just guess. So what is the correct question to ask?
The customer asks, "Can I try this shirt on?"
Try on. Let's just pause there. That's a phrasal verb, isn't it?
It is. To try on means to put the clothing on your body to see if it fits. You don't say, "Can I test this?" You say, "Can I try this on?"
And the action note says the customer goes and tries it on. But there's a problem.
There's always a problem. It doesn't fit perfectly.
Yeah.
So the customer needs to ask for an alternative. And they use some keywords here.
The customer asks, have you got a bigger size? Or have you got a smaller size?
These are comparatives. Bigger, smaller, or maybe the size is fine, but they don't like the color. So they ask, "Have you got a different color?"
Bigger, smaller, different. Those are the magic words here. If you have those three words, you can navigate any clothing store.
Pretty much. You're just modifying your request. It's too tight. Do you have a bigger one?
So does the shop assistant have the right size?
Sadly, no. The assistant says, "No, I'm sorry. That's the only one."
Oh, tragic. That's the only one.
But notice the politeness. No, I'm sorry. Even when they're rejecting the request, English service interactions are usually quite polite.
True. But the customer likes the shirt enough anyway. Maybe they just love the style. Because they make a decision.
They say, "Okay."
I'll take it.
This is the critical phrase. "I'll take it."
Yes, this signals that the shopping part is over and the buying part has begun. You don't say, I will buy this. You just say, I'll take it. It's short, sweet, and decisive. I'll take it. Now we need to talk money. The customer asks, how much does it cost?
And the assistant replies, £22.
22 pounds. Now, here is where the source touches on something that is changing in the modern world, the payment method.
The customer asks, "Can I pay by check?"
By check. I haven't written a check in a shop in years.
It's quite rare now. In fact, most shops won't accept them. And the assistant in our dialogue says exactly that. They just say, "No."
But they list the methods that are accepted. What are they?
The assistant says, "No, credit card, debit card, or cash, please."
So those are your three main options: credit card, debit card, or cash.
Precisely. Today, you might also use your phone to pay, but that usually counts as a card transaction.
In our story, the customer chooses cash, but they have another problem. They have money, but the bill is too big.
The customer says, "Sorry, I only have a £50 note. I don't have any change."
Let's look at that word change. This can be confusing for learners because it has two meanings in a shop, right?
It does. In this specific sentence, "I don't have any change," the customer means, "I don't have smaller notes or coins." The shirt is 22 pounds. A £50 note is too big.
Right. But then, after the assistant takes the 50 pounds, they give money back to the customer. That money is also called change.
Exactly. The difference between the price and what you paid is your change. So it refers to small coins and the money returned to you.
That's a really great distinction. The shop assistant is nice about it, though. They just say, that's okay.
And then the transaction ends. The assistant hands over a piece of paper. "Here's your receipt."
The receipt, the proof that you bought it.
And do not throw this away. If you get home and realize the shirt has a hole in it, you can't return it without the receipt. It's your contract.
And finally, the last question every shopper hears.
"Would you like a carrier bag?"
And then you walk out, happy with your new shirt.
Hopefully.
So let's just think about this. We've gone from looking at the sign on the door to navigating 4 floors to successfully buying a shirt.
It all connects back to confidence. When you're learning a language, the world can feel overwhelming. Everything feels like a test.
But when you break it down, it isn't a test. It's just a series of small steps.
Exactly. When you know the vocabulary, when you know that the butcher's is where you get meat and the chemist's is for medicine, you feel more grounded. You know where you are.
And when you know the script, can I try this on? Oh, I'll take it. You stop worrying about the grammar and can just focus on the interaction.
The structure of that interaction is so predictable. The greeting, the request, the fitting, the decision, the payment. It's like a dance. And once you know the steps, you can dance with anyone.
I love that analogy. It is a dance. And the shop assistant will lead you through it if you know your lines.
Right. And for our listeners, adopting that polite tone using "can I" and "please," that will go a long way. It makes the shop assistant want to help you.
Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of the key terms. We had the shop types.
Butcher for meat, baker for bread, chemist for medicine. And remember the Talos rule, you go to the bakers.
We had the department store layout.
Right? Electricals and food in the basement, beauty on the ground floor, clothes in the middle, and furniture, toys, and the restaurant at the top.
We had the signs.
Push, pull, open, closed, and cash desk, which means pay here.
And the key phrases for the conversation.
Can I try this on? Have you got a bigger size? I'll take it. And of course, here is your receipt.
It's a solid vocabulary list. I mean, if you just memorize these words, you can survive almost any shopping trip.
It really covers the essentials.
So here is a final thought for you to take away. The next time you are in a shop, or even just walking past one, I want you to narrate the experience in your head using these words.
That's a great idea. Active practice.
Walk past a bakery and think, that is the baker's. Look at the door and tell yourself, that is a push door.
And if you're feeling brave, walk into a clothing store. Find a shirt. You don't have to buy it. But just practice asking the question in your mind, or even out loud. Can I try this on?
Exactly. Just ask to try it on. Get comfortable with the phrase. See how it feels to say it.
Right. The more you rehearse the script in your head, the easier it flows when you actually need it. It builds that muscle memory.
And remember, if you make a mistake, if you pull a push door,
We have all done it. Every single one of us.
just smile and keep going. Well, that brings us to the end of our slow and steady deep dive into shopping. We hope you feel a little more prepared for your next trip to the high street.
Happy shopping, everyone.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and leave a comment to support the channel.